goes to my head, makes me forget.
Well, entertaining for the holiday season can be stressful. What to wear, what to cook, what to serve. Oh, and then there's the wine. With so many choices and so many price points, picking the wrong wine is far easier than finding the right one. So joining us now to help is lifestyle expert Kasie Savage. How are you, Kasie?
So good, especially when we're discussing one of my favorite subjects.
Wine.
Yeah.
Now, I have a friend who says you cannot pick a wrong wine. They're all...
Who is that friend? You cannot. All you can do is pick wrong. Well, okay, I get what you're saying. If you're a quantity person over a quality person.
No, I'm teasing. I'm teasing. She loves wine.
She loves wine. That's so true. You know, when it comes to picking wines, I'm sure you're like myself. You enter into the LCBO and you look around and you think, oh my gosh, millions of bottles, it seems. And what do I bring for that special occasion? What do you serve? And especially it can be intimidating over the holiday season when you know you'll be going through more than one bottle. So I've got a couple of tips for you that you can keep in mind to keep it simple. And that's actually the first tip is keep it simple. There's no point looking for the most exotic, rare, vintage bottle of wine if you're serving to a large crowd, especially if it's my family, I will just say, and they will be totally okay with me making that comment, where you're going to be going through multiple bottles. So keep it simple. Choose something that's a people pleaser. And if you need help, ask for it. One of the best things you can do when you go into the LCBO is say, hey, hi, can you help me find a people pleasing kind of a wine?
That's a great tip because some wine connoisseurs have a certain palate.
Yes.
And for 9 out of 10 people, it doesn't fly. Maybe it's not, they don't appreciate it.
Yes,
so,
no one necessarily will care that goats grazed over that particular vineyard 700 years ago, and there are traces of, goat hair in the acidity. Yeah. No one will know about that, right? So when it comes to keeping it simple, one of my best tips, especially when you're serving to guests, is to pick up on something that's a great value. So I've brought some Two Oceans wine. And when we talk about great value, we've got two favorite people pleasers in here, Sauvignon Blanc, and we also have a Cab Sauvignon. So these wines are so fantastic. They're bundled together. So they're great for bulk purchasing as well as gift giving and hostess. Sometimes you arrive at someone's house with your bottle of white and you find out they're serving, steak, or vice versa. You show up with the red and they're serving chicken. So these are so great because when you think of Two Oceans, it's from South Africa, and that's where the warm Indian Ocean meets the cold Atlantic Ocean. So it's really great growing conditions. South Africa has great, great wines. The value on these Two Oceans wines together, bundled just for the holiday season, $19.95. So
that's good.
How can you go wrong for two bottles of wine for $19.95? And when it comes to the Cabernet Sauvignon, there's this delicious warming sensation. It's full-bodied. There's a spicy finish that lingers in your mouth. And for the Sauvignon Blanc, it's crisp with a bounty of passion fruit, green apple, and melon flavors. And in time for the holiday season, I'm giving you a little entertaining idea, which is right here in front of me. I've placed 2 glasses of the Two Oceans mulled wine. So it's 3 parts Cab Sauvignon with 1 part spiced apple cider. And you just warm it to not quite a boil. Let it sit for 10 minutes. Garnish with a cinnamon stick, a slice of orange, and some sliced apple. And oh my gosh, the best part is because you're adding a little bit of the apple cider to it, it's something you can take to go. Think about, just outside tobogganing your mulled wine. What an image. I can see Kate just drooling.
Because I do a mulled wine in my slow cooker, my big slow cooker.
Now that's a lot of wine.
I have a lot of people.
I'm coming to your house.
But just think this could be something over the holidays that you can do when you're dog walking.
Dog walk. You know what? I never thought of that. I might go an extra kilometer or two if I had a.
It's pretty cold at 10 o'clock at night in the winter. You could take some mulled wine.
And lonely. And you know what? It's always nice to not drink alone. So if you're with your dog, that just makes all the difference, doesn't it? Okay. And then let's talk about some other wines as well. So I talked about keeping it simple, which is important. Don't spend more money than you have to, because if you are appealing to a crowd, then normally the first few sips are the ones people rave over. But Come, bottle 3, 4, 5. Not quite as discerning a crowd, but there are still some great value wines. This one is Flat Roof Manor. It's fantastic. It's also from South Africa, and it was actually a vineyard that was gifted from a father to his daughter on her wedding day. She was given the keys to the manor. And so this is actually a $9.95 Pinot Grigio, beautiful and crisp. And MONTECILLO RESERVA. This one is my fave in the bunch. This is $17.95. It is just a really well-balanced, gorgeous bottle of wine from Spain. This is the type that you want to pick up on 4, 5, 6 bottles so that after you finish one bottle and say, that was delish, you have another one to turn to instead of a different bottle. Doesn't that happen all the time?
All the time.
All the
Kasie.
time.
Like, oh, that was good. And then you don't have any more.
Where can people go to learn more?
You can learn more. First of all, you can pick up on any of these at the LCBO. There's some information I'm posting on your website as well, and you can check out the information for Two Oceans, for Flat Roof Manor, and for MONTECILLO RESERVA by looking up their own proprietary websites. And great value bottles of wine and incredible taste as well.
I don't doubt that. Thank you so much for joining us
My
tonight. And of course,
pleasure.
the wine's staying.
Oh, yes, it is. Yes, it is.
I mean, after singing its praises, the wine is staying.
A little après sampling. I can feel it coming right now.
Angela will wrestle you for it.
I can take them.
This is what she said. Stay with us.